Okay, right. Yeah. So this first page should look familiar to many of you who attended the open house, right? So it's a continuation of the CHS open house, right? For today, right, we particularly address oh, I forget. Welcome to the Department of Physics, right? So for today's session, we will focus on the physics curriculum. Yeah, okay. Sorry for the distraction. I'm meeting more people. Right. So for today's session, we'll be focusing on the physics curriculum. And as I mentioned earlier, right, the focus will be on mainly on assuming that you are choosing physics as your first major, right? And uh, for those who are considering a physics minor or second major, or the astrophysics or astronomy minor, right? If you have any question, you can ask probably at the end of the session, right? So next, well, if you have not already joined the NUS department Telegram, I assume that these slides will be shared with you, and then you can scan and you can join, the department Telegram, right, for the latest update. Right, for the physics curriculum structure, well, uh, it is basically something that is under the CHS, right? And then so you can see that for physics as a first major, right, you need to do 9 compulsory courses, right? Out of 15 15 courses that you need to satisfy for as a physics major, right? So if you want to do more than 15, of course, you can do so, okay, right? But uh, please take note of those that, courses that is compulsory, right? So for level 1000 course is the PC 1101 Frontiers of Physics. All right, and then after that you have 6 level 2000 courses, uh, mainly all the, the theoretical courses, right? Plus 1 experimental physics course. Yeah, that's the PC 2193. Uh, and then the 2 compulsory level 3000 courses, right? Namely the experimental physics course and then the mathematical methods course. Okay, so I think, I will elaborate a bit more about the nature of these courses, right? Uh, this is in relation to probably, your planning, right? Which courses to do first in your first year, right? First semester, and then subsequently in the second semester, and so on. All right. So if you are considering primary major in physics, then you should do, PC 1101 as early as possible, right? So you will most likely, right? Yeah, or if actually you should, okay, do PC 1101 Frontiers of Physics in the first semester of your first year, right, in NUS Physics. Uh, Frontiers of Physics basically offers you like a buffet of physics topics, right, from classical physics all the way to modern physics, and yeah, so that's roughly the nature of this course, right? So as to give you an idea, right, a flavor of what the whole spectrum of physics offers you, right, and then you can make choices in subsequent semesters. Yeah, so you will want to do Frontiers of Physics first. Under the 6 level 2000 courses, right? Uh, I mean, you can see that out of the 6, right, 1 is experimental physics, right? And then which will actually draw on knowledge that you learn from the theoretical, the theoretical physics courses, right? And for theoretical physics courses, you have 5 of them, right? And theoretical physics means you need to apply mathematics, right? And so it makes sense to consider doing mathematical methods in physics 1, right? As early as possible. And then you will see that some of the mathematical methods, right, is actually contained in classical mechanics 1, right? So you may want to consider doing both classical mechanics 1 and methods in the same semester, or, one after the other, okay? Right. Now, of the theoretical physics courses, right, these courses are actually all very different in nature, right? So you may want to space them up right? Not doing them maybe, you know, in the same semester, right? So that you have time to digest, right? Because they are significantly different from one another, okay? Right? So classical mechanics one should give you a framework of how you can deal with the macroscopic world, right? The world that you I live in, right? Uh, right? And then some of the mathematical structures, okay? And in classical mechanics one, you will learn about Lagrangian mechanics, Hamiltonian mechanics, right? Towards the end of the course, right? So this will set up the framework for classical mechanics, classical physics, right? And then quantum mechanics one, PC 2130, right? So you can see that this is another mechanics, but quantum mechanics, right? So this will give you a framework of how to deal with physics of the microscopic world, right? The world that, you know, uh, you and I don't live in, right? So it is very remote and will be quite alien to, you know, our common experience. Okay, right? So this PC2130 will introduce to you the mathematical structure, the you know the way to think about the microscopic world, right? So you can see that it is very different from classical mechanics one, right? And so you understand what I meant when I said these two, you know, you may not want to squeeze them into the same semester. You may want to space them out a bit, right? So that to give you more time to actually think about this thing more deeply, right? Because they are deep topics, okay, right? And then thermodynamics and statistical mechanics are now, okay, you in this under PC 2135, right? You will learn how to deal with systems that are made up of many particles, okay, right? System of many particles that behaves classically, right? So this will fall under classical mechanics, and then systems of many particles that, you know, they are microscopic, right? And then that falls under quantum mechanics. So obviously you want to arrange these three topics such that, you know, you may want to, you know, finish classical mechanics, then the next semester quantum mechanics, and then another semester on thermodynamics. Now that leaves us with the last topic. I hope I already mentioned methods. So methods is behind all of this. So you may want to do this as early as possible, perhaps together with PC 1101. Yeah, right. Now, electricity and magnetism, one is very different from the other three courses that I mentioned earlier, right? So you may want to pair it up with classical mechanics one, right? Or quantum mechanics one. Okay, the reason is because electricity and magnetism essentially, you know, in contrast to quantum mechanics, classical mechanics, or statistical mechanics, it basically the focus is on describing one of the four fundamental forces, one of them, right? Electromagnetic force. Okay, right? So this topic is very important, right? Because electricity and magnetism contains ideas of special relativity, right? Uh, Gauge theory is a classical field, right? So all these ideas actually affected physics in the last 100 years, right? And it's still, you know, influencing physics, the way we think about physics in this century, right? And I think perhaps in the centuries to come, okay, right? So this topic, electricity and magnetism, uh, yeah, is quite different from the rest, right? Yeah, but so you can think about it, putting it side by side with classical mechanics one or quantum mechanics one, uh, or even thermodynamics and statistical mechanics. Okay, right? So hopefully this is this information can help you to decide like where and when to do these courses. Okay. Right now, then remember, in order to qualify as a a primary major in physics, right? You need to do a total of 15 courses. So we have already mentioned 9 compulsory courses, right? So you have a choice of 6, right? To doing additional 6 electives, right? I must say again, you can do more, right? The additional number will basically park under unrestricted electives, right? Yeah, so it is okay if you want to do uh yeah all the 35 electives. Well, okay, right? Uh, so this to help you, right? Okay. So before so this is you have a choice, right? So you can make a choice, right? Or the next few slides will help you to make a choice. All right. But before we go on to the next few slides, one thing to note is that on top of this 15 courses, right, for a physics major, a first major in physics, right, you also need, right, so this is in addition, okay, to either do the following, all right, you actually do a advanced UROPS in physics, 4 units or 8 units, okay, right? But only 4 units counts towards, I mean, okay, so 4 units or 8 units, okay? And then, or you do a final year project, 8 units, okay, right? Or you do an internship, all right, under, you know, PC coded, okay, internship, called UPIP, all right? And, or you go for NUS Overseas College internship course, right? So take note of this for graduation requirement. Okay, now for the electives, right? If you are somebody, right? So I'm going to mention 3 specializations in this in the Department of Physics, right? Uh, so these specializations will help you, perhaps, right, to choose, like, what courses to do, what electives to do. Okay, right? So if you are somebody who is interested in astrophysics, right, you have a strong interest in astrophysics, right? Then for the electives, you may want to choose, these courses, right? So for the level 3000 classical mechanics 2, or nuclear and particle physics, astrophysics 1, or you do a general relativity level 4000, astrophysics 2, and so on. Okay, or you can do a advanced UROPS. Okay, yeah, right. But the thing to take note is that only up to 8 units from this courses, right, can be double counted for the major requirements, right? So the rationale for this is to encourage you to do more physics courses, lah. Yeah, right. So remember just now I said you can do more than 6 electives, right? Yeah. So yep. So in order to like qualify for a specialization in astrophysics, then you need to consider doing these courses. Not consider, you have to do these courses. Yeah, right. And then yeah, if you want details, right, you can contact Dr. Cindy Ng, right? The email is given here. The slides will be shared with you, I believe. Okay, all right. And second specialization in under physics department, right, is the specialization in nanophysics, right? So you can pick from this list, right? The requirement is basically the same, okay, for the across all the specializations, right? So you pick any of this. Up to 8 units can be double counted for the to satisfy the major requirement, right? And then you can either do a honors project or internship. Yeah. Okay. So for further information, please contact Prof. Saw. The email contact is here. Right. The third specialization is specialization in quantum technologies. Right. So you have to consider taking courses under this list. Right? Up to 8 units can be double counted for first physics major requirement, and then yeah, you can do the similar things. Right? For more information, please email Professor Valerio. Right. So that is one a possibility, right? For helping you to make your your choice in what electives to do. You don't have to do a specialization, of course. Okay. Right. Minor in astronomy is yeah, this is not available for physics first major, right? So if you are not if you are doing physics first major, then this is not for you. Okay, yeah. So I'll address this if there's among the audience there's anyone who is thinking about doing a minor in astronomy, right? Otherwise I'll skip this one. Uh, and then minor. So the I'm going to mention a few minors, right? That is available in for physics majors. Okay, right. So a minor under CHS, essentially you just need to do 5 courses. Okay, you only need to do 5 courses, right? So as a physics first major, you can consider a minor in biophysics, right? And in order to satisfy this minor requirement, so if assuming all of you are physics majors, then you have to do compulsory courses, okay? One level 1000 LSM 1111, okay? Right, so this is the gateway module for life sciences, right, majors, okay? And then PC 2267 and PC 3267, so biophysics 1 and 2. All right, so these are 3 compulsory courses that you have to do if you want a minor in biophysics, and then 2 from these electives, okay? Yeah, so minor, similar to specializations, right? You can double count 2 courses, all right? Yeah, so like electricity and magnetism 1 and thermodynamics and statistical mechanics. So this will like qualify you for you can count as uh, satisfying the minor in physics, biophysics requirement as well as the physics major requirement. Okay, yeah. So this is something that you can consider. A minor in medical physics, right? So same structure. Okay, 5 courses, 3 compulsory courses listed here. All right, and then 2 of the following courses. Yeah. So you can see that there is a uh, uh, you have to do courses from the Department of Biology, okay? Right, so right here. And then for minor in meteorology and climate science, uh, yeah, so here 5 courses. Compulsory courses are methods. So this is something that you have already done in, to satisfy the physics major requirement. Fluid dynamics, weather and climate fundamentals, okay? And then you get to choose 2 out of these 3 electives, okay? Hey, at this moment, okay, I'll leave the question and answer session to the end, yeah? Right, and then minor in nanoscience, all right? So this one, you can see that, again, 5 courses, 2 compulsory 1000 courses, 2 compulsory level 2000 courses, and then 1 of this, right, level 3000 course, okay? Yeah. Oh, I forget to mention. Yeah, for the minor in climate science, right? You can email me. Okay, I forget to put my email contact here. I'm Yoyi, physics PHYYY at nus.edu.sg. Yeah. Okay. Right. And then the latest. Uh, the latest is a second major or minor in computing bracket sciences, right? So learning outcomes, well, I guess you can read it when at your on your own. Okay. The the web link is here, right? So you can or you can search, right? A second major minor in computing sciences over the internet. You can find this. Yeah. So I'll leave you to read the learning outcomes. You are eligible, right? So yeah, because you're admitted from this you're admitted this year, right? So you're eligible to apply for this. Yeah, but take note that you have to uh attain a minimum of B plus for either CS 1010S or its equivalent, or CS 2040 and its equivalent. Okay, right? So take note of this. Yeah. Right. So I think what I want to emphasize here is that if you are considering a second major in computing, right, then you have to do 10 courses, right? In contrast to minor, minor you only need to do 5 courses, right? So 10 courses, CS 1010 is a core course, right? Compulsory, okay, right? And then all 5 of the following courses, okay? So you can see you have to do a lot more courses, yeah, that is outside physics. And then under electives, you can choose from this list of physics courses. In fact, if you go to the web page, right, you will find, you can actually do courses under maths department, chemistry, yeah, that is listed in the on the web page. Yeah, so you need not choose from the this list of physics courses. You can choose other, to satisfy the second major in computing requirement. Okay, right, and then up to 16 units, that is 4 courses worth, right, can be double counted between second major and another requirement. Yeah, right. So you can, think about this. A minor in computing, 5 courses, right? So the load is much reduced. The core course, right? This CS 1010 is still compulsory, right? You choose from any 2 of these courses, right? That these are actually the same as the major one, but you only need to do 2 of them. And then from the electives, you only need to choose 2. Okay, so 2 plus 1 5, right? So same thing. Not only this list of physics courses are available, right? You can choose courses from mathematics or chemistry or life science or yeah. Okay, yeah. So for more information, please check out this webpage. Okay, right. Yeah, of course. Among y'all, if there are any of you who are thinking of second major in physics, well, 10 courses, right? One compulsory, of PC 1101, so the same as the first major in physics, and then 2 compulsory level 2 courses, okay, methods and experimental physics, okay, and then any 2 of the following courses from level 2000 physics course, okay, all right, and 5 courses from the electives, right, that whole long list that I showed earlier. All right, and then if there's any one of you who is thinking of a minor in physics, well, 5 courses, okay, and this is the list. All right, now for study plan, I think I've already given you some idea, right? Like the nature of the courses, right? And then how you may want to space those that are very different from one another, right? To give yourself more time for you to digest, right? To go deep, deeper into the subject, as the subject is by nature is quite deep, right? And then so you want to give yourself more time to get used to the nature of the subject, okay, right? So I mean, so this study plans that you see it here, right, it is actually available on the web page, right? It's just a suggestion, okay, right? uh yeah, so you can see here that like I said earlier, okay, do frontiers of physics and methods, okay, right? Because these are I mean, frontiers of physics is compulsory for all physics major, right? So you have to do this as early as possible. And then methods, you want to, spend time, on this, okay, as early as possible. And then after that, you can start with classical mechanics and electricity mechanism one, quantum mechanics, right? You see, in different semesters, so that to give you more time to think about these subjects. Experimental physics, maybe, right? And then thermodynamics and statistical mechanics in a separate semester, okay, right? And then of course, if you are thinking about, doing postgraduate study, you may want to do as many physics courses as possible. So that's why this, this list, okay. Then for another possibility is that, just as a major, right? So you're not considering or thinking seriously about doing graduate studies. 15 courses will do, right? So this may be how you can spread out your study, okay? And then second major, right? So thank you for listening. I'll take questions from now here. I'll stop sharing. Yeah. So is there any question? Are there textbook for physics major? Uh, yeah. I mean, textbooks. Do you want to elaborate like what text? I mean, for every course, the lecturer will have a suggested list of books. Yeah. So you're already registered NUS student, right? Are you already registered with NUS? You have a student card?
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah. So if you have a student card, then you can access the library already, right? And you don't have to go, to the physical library. You can access the library portal, and then you can check out all the books. Yeah, right. And then you can choose something that you know that you find is at the level that you can understand, and you can start reading. Yeah. I mean, if you plan, say, the coming semester you're going to do methods, right? So essentially you just type mathematical methods for physicists, right? Then there will be a whole list of books that you can choose from, right? Yeah. Are you required to take mathematical methods in physics if you have already take maths as second? Hold on. Uh, hold on. Okay. One by one now. So actually, 只要 ask two questions. I did miss the first one. I missed the second one. Prereq of PC one oh, I think it's one Frontiers of Physics, right? Is MA Introductory Maths. Do I need to register for? Uh, no. Do you do H2 mathematics? Did you do I mean in your pre-university studies, right? Did you do math? That's the question. Yeah. Uh, so I'm throwing the question back to Ziyao. Now, tenure, as students of CHS, we are still permitted to minor in any subject across the other colleges as well. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. So you can, yeah, but you have to check out the details, lah, right? The about the minors that you have interest in. Am I required to take mathematical methods in physics if I've already taken mathematics as my second major? Uh, yeah, okay. So I think if you go to the web page for the mathematical methods, right? Uh, that's okay. So there's this. Okay, let me. There's this NUS mod that you can check out. Okay, right? NUS modules. Let me see. Yeah. Uh, okay. I can give you a. Okay. Right. Let me. Yeah, okay. So I've posted this link, right? So this link here, right, you allows you to check out the modules, right? So you can type like say PC 2134 right, A, right? Yeah, I can't remember the course code, but anyway, mathematical methods one for physicists, right? And then I think under from there you can actually find out about like what are the maths courses that you can count equivalently for the satisfying this requirement, right? So if you are considering if you are taking if you have a second major in mathematics, right? Then you may want to see like what are courses you do in math. Then you don't have to do methods. Yeah. Okay. Right. Are there any bridging courses required? Okay. What's the context? Mozilla bridging courses for which one? Does A level math count as prereq for? Yeah. Yes, H2 math, like, I suppose. When you say A level math, you mean H2 math, right? That means you learn calculus, you learn like solutions of differential equations. Okay, right? Would you recommend taking 2 physics modules per semester in year 1, followed by 3 modules per semester in year 2? Uh, okay, so I have already explained just now, right? Like the nature of the courses. Yeah. So classical mechanics, quantum mechanics, statistical mechanics. These are fundamentally, they are basically allows you to address different kind of systems, right? Macroscopic systems for classical mechanics, microscopic systems for quantum mechanics, and systems of many bodies, right, for statistical mechanics, right, which can be classical and quantum. So you don't do these 3 courses together, right, in the same semester, right? You want to space them up, right, so that you have enough time to digest, this topics. Okay, right? Yeah. So can I ask if most of the softwares used by physics students are compatible with Mac? Yeah. I mean, in a in NUS, right? You can have a free copy of Mathematica, right? that you can run on Mac or PCs, right? Okay. Uh, and I'll encourage all of you to go and download now. Okay, Mathematica, right? Yeah. Does the mathematical methods in physics course cover every mathematical topic essential for, of course lah, all right? And are there any mathematical topics that are assumed to have been learned beforehand? No. Okay, right? I mean, if we assume, I don't think we assume anything lah, right? Yeah, but uh, I mean, it will be good if you can review, about calculus, algebra, okay, solutions of differential equations, uh, uh, okay, it will be good if you can review also probability and statistics, okay, right? Is IB higher level math count as? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Okay, IB higher level math is good. Okay, right. If I take physics as second major, do I have to take LSM one? Yes. If you, because okay, so the minor requirement, if it is stated as compulsory, means you have to do it. Okay, right? So if you, it doesn't matter whether you are physics second major or first major. Okay, in order to do the minor, you have to do LSM 1111. Yeah. Okay, so that's like a prereq course for life sciences. Okay, and then if you're going to do biophysics, which is related to some biology stuff, right? Then you have to do LSM 1111. Yeah, I hope I answer all questions. As physics major out of the compulsory CHS example data literacy, uh, would you recommend any particular courses to do first or any particular order to do the courses? Okay, so the CHS core, right? There's actually a hidden purpose, okay, for this CHS core, right? Is essentially okay. So you when you do the core courses, right, you will see that it is actually not. Most of the core courses are not like as technical as like a major course like classical mechanics, quantum mechanics, where you're going to see very heavy stuffs. Okay, right? Yeah, but the hidden purpose of the core courses, right, in CHS, right, curriculum, right, is to actually prepare you, giving you the mindset, right, that like for example AI, right, like right now there's AI in almost everywhere, right? So the physics majors courses, right, you're not going to see unless you have a particular lecturer who is very into AI, right? But you're not going to see like AI applied to physics to solve physics problems, right? But with an exposure to the core curriculum, right, under the CHS, right, uh, hopefully, right, as I said, it's a hidden purpose, right? You will ask different sort of questions, like how to apply AI to physics problem solving and things like that, right? And then of course it's up to you to go and pursue that direction, right? If and you will find, okay, right now I think you will find people in the physics department who are actually doing that, so you can talk to those people, right? And then you may consider maybe doing a UROPS, okay, under him or her, okay, right? So there's no particular order, right? I think by design, uh, people should do the core courses as early as possible lah. As I said, the the hidden purpose is to give you the mindset, right? So that you can ask different sort of questions. Okay, right? Hopefully I answered the question. Any other questions? So if there's, oh, okay. Any other questions? Yeah, this meeting will be recorded. Yeah, and will be sent to you. I think the department will be hosting a tea session, right? And then I hope to see all of you there. Uh, okay, thank you. Right, then I'll end the session. Thanks for coming.